I love Into the Badlands. This is an AMC show that could be best described as Americana wuxia. A mixture of southern drawls and high-octane sword fights created a unique show that somewhat dropped the ball its last season. Dropped the ball on its foot, shattering it to 1,000 pieces, but I digress. High Plains Samurai was pitched to me as Into the Badlands, the TTRPG. And when you first read into it, they're pretty much right. But the deeper you go, the more you realize that ball has broken through the floor and hit High Plains Samurai on the skull. At its core, it's using the Screenplay System, which is built around descriptions, details, and outcomes. Every action you do has to be narrated of what's actually happening, so I throw my cloak back and deliver a rapid punch is a description. Details are the bits in the middle of that description which inform what's actually going on. These can be attacks, moving, equipping weapons, doing things, and the outcome which is determined by the dice. That description I gave above, that would only be worth D6 as it's 2 details. If I had 2 different camera angles and me spinning through the air somehow, it would actually go up to D10, but these values are limited by your character's potentials, which are write-in character values which can range from being a reformed bandit to a cheese-slinging super sorcerer gunslinger which do the same thing. Now, as with any stunt system, you may notice that a D12 would require 5 details to get the result. And welcome aboard, because you need thespians to play this game, because you're going to be chewing the scenery quite a bit to get anything done. But what happens with that die though? Following this chart, you'll inflict conditions on the target to narratively help or hinder, in addition to attacking their vitality directly. Should an enemy's or your vitality reach 0, you're kinda dead on arrival. Unless you can tap into your motivations, signature moments, and other parts of that show it's going for, then you might be able to live. But rest assured, vitality is the only thing you have to really work with, as it doubles as your personal meta currency for players to use. Resources, though, are the final piece of this mysterious puzzle box, and they are write-in features of a character. Because you don't have a gun, you have the resource of a gun that adds bonus damage. But that gun may also give you a bonus to other things if you want it to at this time, but it doesn't really matter. You don't have magic chi ice powers, you have a resource that grants you those bonuses. You don't have a cool coat, you have the resource that gives you a cool coat. And that's it really. I didn't mention aspects like challenges, which are pretty much like a GM meta currency to kick the PCs in the balls, and I didn't talk about the fact that there are pseudo playbooks that give you small bonuses and problems, because those exist. There are more. There is more, of course. But the problem is pretty simple, actually. Wushu exists. Wushu is faster, easier, and gets the entire nature of this game across without bogging it down trying to add things it didn't need. At the end of the day, High Plains Samurai is a little bit too light to give you that crunch that the system and in turn the game wants to have, but it's also too heavy to really do what Wushu already does. It's kind of a hellish existence of being neither, but trying to be both. My name is Notepad, and this was High Plains Samurai. If you like what I do here, feel free to like, comment, and subscribe, and many thanks to the Cattle Barons for their continued support. Godspeed, good luck, and no, Prophet was a shitty addition to the show, and the entire plot